Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a blessed day today. I'm going to go to Texas. We're on the way to Texas now. And let's see, how fast are we going right now in Denver traffic? 5 miles an hour. Going 5 miles an hour. If you like Los Angeles traffic, you're going to love Denver traffic, because Denver traffic and Los Angeles traffic is about the same. I've been to both places and it's about the same. So anyway, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. There you have it. Bumper to bumper. See that? 5 mile an hour. Oh, look, it looks like someone had an accident up ahead. This is going to be interesting. Shoot. Can't get over either. Hold on. So what I was going to tell you is today is going to be an interesting day. Hopefully we're going to go to the Sand Creek Massacre site, and we're driving down to Amarillo, Texas. So it's right along our way. It's right in Eads, Colorado. It's near there. And we're going to drive within 20 miles of the massacre site anyway, on the way to Texas. So as I have some curiosity about what it looks like, I'm going to go ahead and show you that site. There's probably a half a mile trail that we can walk if the weather permits it, and I think that's about, it's a national monument. There's no entrance fee to that, none at all, and that's the way that the Custer Massacre site should have been, with no entrance fee, but it was $25. But anyway, good luck getting that for one person. Yeah, we're heading over there now, and today looks like a nice day for a walk, and we'll go show that to you if we can, and there's no snow on the ground and all that. Alright, so we'll talk to you in a minute. So here we have the eastern plains of Colorado in the United States, and it's flat. It's just plains area where back in the 1800s millions of buffalo used to roam. It was home to the Cheyenne and the Arapaho Indian tribe. Where we're going today is going to be the Sand Creek Massacre site, where Colonel Chivington and his volunteer army of 500 people came from Denver and massacred 240 women and children and babies on the Sand Creek Massacre site. The Indians had camped there by one of the forts, and Chief Black Kettle at the time had made a treaty with the fort prior to them camping there, and anyway, he thought that the tribe was safe because he was under the protection of the fort, which turned out to not be the case. As you can see, it's raining today. It's just started raining, and more of the plains area. Everywhere, I'm telling you, it's everywhere. Yeah. A lot of little small towns out here. A lot of farming. They farm sugar beets in the area and corn. For those of you not from America, this is the size of our trucks. They're about 50 feet long. There's some more trucks coming down the highway. We've got a big driver shortage of trucks in America right now. The thing about a country being so big is you have to have a lot of trucks to haul the food and supplies from one side to another. It's over 3,000 miles across. So that's why we need a lot of trucks to haul the food and supplies across America to provide for all the people that live here. And right now there's a driver shortage. So instead of opening the country up to people who want to be truck drivers from other countries and letting them come into our country to drive trucks, they don't want to do that. So it's a big problem. When you think about it, the food supply can be cut off really easily, as we see with the container ships that are in the ports right now. So the food supply and the transportation can be stopped in a matter of a couple of weeks, and everybody in this country would starve to death. So that, and if you look at history, that's always been the plan of the demons when they want to subjugate the population and turn them into a communistic country. They've always resorted to starving the people to death. In the history of the world, that's always been their plan, and it always seems to be their plan. So at any rate, I suggest they stop before the good Lord gets very angry and upset with them. So it got me thinking, throughout history, the demons that want to control the masses have always cut off the food supply. In Russia they did it. In China they've done it. In North Korea, they're doing it even now. People in North Korea, they closed the border with China, and that's where all their food came from China. But now the border's closed, and they have nothing to eat there in North Korea. So that's a big problem, food supply. And throughout history, they've been doing that, as I said earlier. You can see that they did that to the American Indians too. You know, they killed all the buffalo, which were their food supply. They killed millions of them, all of them. Practically all of them, so they starved to death. Anyway, that's always been the system to subjugate another race of people. So this is what Cheyenne and the Arapaho would see every day. Like I said, it's all plains out here. We're about 67 miles from our turnoff to head on over to the Sand Creek Massacre site. And assume that the Indians hunted on this ground, the buffalo. So a little scenery for you. Now, when you think of America, a lot of people think, well, the Indians were here first. But that's not necessarily true, because before the Indians, there was the Mayans, the Mayan people, and if you go to Rock Cut, Wisconsin, then you see a Mayan temple there, a Mayan pyramid is under the lake over there, and so the Mayans were here before the Indians. The Vikings came to America. The word America means land of the feathered plumed serpent. So that's what the word America means. So this was probably named by the Mayans or someone in that culture, because if you go down to Mexico and Cancun, they have all these feathered plumed serpents on their pyramids there. And we do have the Mayan pyramids here in America, which date prior to the Mayan pyramids. So it's one of the oldest pyramids before the Mayan culture. So also the Vikings settled. They settled in Death Valley, Nevada, and they have a cave they found with all these Viking artifacts. In the Grand Canyon, they found Egyptian artifacts from Joseph of the Bible, who was adopted by the Pharaoh, and he took a whole group of Egyptians to the Grand Canyon, to that area, and settled and lived there until that culture passed away. So many cultures have settled in America, and it wasn't just the American Indians. They also had giants here, like in the Bible, the Nephilim, the giants. And the American Indians have stories of how the giants used to come and eat the American Indians, and he used to take a spear and spear like 2 or 3 American Indians and eat them. So the American Indians killed all of them. So, you know, many cultures have settled in America, and not just the American Indians and the Europeans, but just about every culture probably has been here. Anyway, it's real cold outside. It's 34 degrees outside, and it's raining right now. It feels like it's below freezing with the wind hitting you out there. It's always windy out here because there's no mountains to block the wind. And back in the Western days, the women and the settlers, they wrote books because they were bored. So they wrote a lot of books about how horrible it was, but the wind never stopped blowing. And a lot of women committed suicide in those days because they couldn't take the wind blowing on them all the time. So that's there's a lot of books that women have written about that in the old settler days, in the 1800s. But fairly brutal place, climate-wise, in Colorado, eastern plains of Colorado, very, very brutal as far as the climate goes. You can see on the prairies here, they don't grow a lot of stuff over on the right or left, but They have a lot of cows grazing and stuff like that now. This is Eads, Colorado. And this is the Sand Creek Massacre Visitor and Education Center. This is Chief White Shield of the Southern Cheyenne Sand Creek Massacre Eyewitness. You see you got a cross on. Let's see. This is General Hugh Scott, U.S. Board of Indian Commissioners, with Big Heart and Standing Out Smith. Huh. Her mother, Red Eye, survived the massacre. Let's see. Chief Eaglehead Cheyenne delivered Black Kettle's letter to Major Winecoop and guided the major and his command from Fort Lyon to Black Kettle's village. The chief survived the massacre, but was later imprisoned at Fort Marion, Florida. He went to Florida. There's the Sand Creek Massacre map where their territory was. And this is Medicine Water, Cheyenne. Was at the Sand Creek Massacre. Later was implicated in several revenge raids, including the killing of John and Lydia German, sent to prison at Fort Marion, Florida. Medicine Water died in Oklahoma. Joy Hamilton joined his brother James, lost their father to Sand Creek Massacre. Later attended Indian schools for a number of years. And this is Old Man Starving Elk, or Poor Elk, a Sand Creek eyewitness. See if I can get it without my reflection in it. When this photo was taken, he was among the oldest Cheyenne survivors of the Sand Creek Massacre. The George Hawkins Alcohol and Treatment Center is named for a grandson of Starving Elk. Cheyenne photographed at Fort Marion, Florida. They don't look very happy. Many of these people and family members have been at Sand Creek. Many of these people have been at Sand Creek. And this Cheyenne leaders at White House, War Bonnet and Standing Water were killed at Sand Creek Massacre. So we've got Man on Cloud, Cheyenne. Survivor of the Massacre of Sand Creek. He was a son of Man Came Out New and Killer Woman. The family also included Brother Ironshirt and half-brother's New Medicine Man. Interesting. Man on Cloud, Cheyenne. This is Edmund Guerrier, a Sand Creek Massacre eyewitness. And this, oh yeah, Chief Whiteshield. Yeah, again. But she told me that the Sand Creek Massacre site is closed today. So we won't be going to see it today, but we did want to stop at the visitor center and take some photos. And, oh, is that it right there?
Yeah, so those are some of those photos.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me see if I can get closer. Looks like a lot of fields out there, isn't it? Or
Yep, so that one on the right is kind of that open field that you would see from kind of an overview.
That's just the
one picture of it.
One picture of the massacre site?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, quite interesting. I went to the visitor center, showed you what they have there. The park ranger told me that the Sand Creek Massacre site is closed today. It's all my luck, right? I really wanted to see it, but anyway, it's closed. I got it locked off with a gate, and basically I showed you the pictures that they allowed me to see. And anyway, it's 173 miles to Denver if you want to go see it yourself when it's open. But keep in mind what they don't tell you, it's closed 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Saturdays, I think. Anyway, probably listed on their website. So we can't see it, but we'll close the video out and show you what we did. All the people that were there. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. Welcome to Texas. So welcome to Texas. Fly friendly the Texas way. Of course we will. And this is near Dumas, Texas. Just going into Texas. What does it look like? It looks just like everything that we just already drove through. Although I couldn't get to the site today, I did take a photo of the actual site for you. Hope you enjoy it. Have a great day.